So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. Happy Friday. Man, it's been a serious week and a silly week. But you know what? That's okay. Why? Because that's life, baby.
He talks too fast, but he makes you smile.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
He's a little stoic,
occasionally,
but not too stodgy.
You'll have to ask my wife on that one for sure.
He's got some good ideas.
Got a couple.
That'll make your day.
That's the plan.
Especially when you need a boost.
Sing along.
I need a daily boost.
It is the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com. My name is Scott Smith. Having more fun than the boss said I was allowed to have, but that is the plan. In fact, if it's your first day here, God bless you. Happy to have you here today. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You're like tuning in. So, hey, this is a Daily Boost motivation show. I'm going to tune in and listen to Scott and get motivated. What the hell is that? Well, yeah, Michael Buble, he stepped up, man. I mean, I'm getting the big time here. It's like, yeah, Michael called me one day. He said, Scott, can I sing a song? Can you write some lyrics? I'll sing the song for you. I said, that didn't happen. No, it's a lie. That's AI. I'm just having too much fun with it. And I was having so much fun with it, I could not hold myself back. I said, I'm going to get it out there. Now, I'm going to get a couple of people say, Scott, why are you screwing up the Daily Boost show playing stuff like that? What are you doing that for? Because that's kind of who I am, 100%. But hang on. Because if it's your first time, some truth is coming your way. I'm going between the lines, some of the areas that you have very quietly been frustrated about and said, why the hell doesn't this work? Very likely during the course of this podcast, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to give you a way to make things work. I'm just going to recap a couple of things I did this past week, but come along for the ride. Let's have a good time, okay? By the way, I feel so bad. I just got back from having lunch. I've been a bad boy. I wouldn't say I've been sinning, but I've been a bad boy. I got a text from one of the pastors at my church on Monday. He said, Scott, hey, man, you want to get together for lunch on Thursday? I'm like, uh-oh, what did I do? Because I've been serving in the production, the worship team over there, kind of helping produce the services, that kind of thing, serving as a service producer, as a matter of fact. And I decided to take about a month off, and I had lots of reasons for it. And any of you who have ever done this kind of job, you kind of know why I took the week off. But I played it the way I normally play it, pretty cool. He sent me a note, because here's what I was thinking to myself. I need to leverage this the best way I possibly can. Need to take the high road, need to make sure people are listening to what I have to say. And plus, I know that if I did it properly, the church would pull out the credit card and I'd get some of my donations back in the form of a dinner or a lunch at Ford's Garage. Awesome place, by the way. Yep. I really questioned taking a young pastor to Ford's garage. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I actually wanted to take him to Twin Peaks across the street. That's a restaurant with the mountains on the front. And I told him that. I said, we're going to go there. He said, what are they known for? The Twin Peaks, the mountains? I said, well, that's what they got out in the sign up front, but they're actually known for something else. I didn't think I should take a pastor to Twin Peaks. But anyway, I digress. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. You see, it doesn't matter what happens when you're dealing with people. They're just people. They're just dealing with life. And sometimes it gets confusing depending on what situation you're in. So I bring up talking with a pastor about a church. I go to church regularly, right? But you're kind of dealing with what? When you go to a church, you're dealing with church people. I'd let that pause for a second because a lot of people know what that means, right? Church is people. But that's okay because, see, I know something about church people. They're the same people at Texas Roadhouse who cut you off to get the better table. They are. They're the ones at road rage in the morning. They're the ones fighting in the parking lot on their way into church. They're church people. But if you go to the office, you're going to find certain office people. If you go to an amusement park, you'll find certain amusement people. And there are some, they're just people doing what people do. People. Mm-hmm. I was going to say it showed my age just because I knew the song, people. But that really shows my age because I can't remember the lyrics. But then again, I never knew the lyrics. So I guess I'm kind of off the hook there. The point is this. As you go through your day, remember that no matter what you choose to do, no matter how you sit down and you work on your journal in the morning, you do my daily awareness diary, it's awesome. You're like, man, this is cool. And you sit down and you do it. Then you get on with your day and you come home from the day and it's like, man, the day didn't work out what I wanted to do. Retrospectively, it sucked. I'll try again tomorrow. Well, let me tell you, every single part of my day, there's barely a minute that goes by that somebody or something doesn't try to take my joy away from me. Not my wife, by the way, because nobody gets to take my wife away from me. I hope not. I guess it's possible. Never thought about that. But they can take my joy away. You have joy in your life? Are you a joyful person? I try to be. But it seems like every time you try to be a joyful person, somebody tries to take your joy away. It's like, what are you doing? Get off my joy. I got to be careful how I say this since I'm married to a joy. Got to be really careful with that. Not going to go there. Not going to do it. Do you go through your day sometimes thinking, I started out, I did the journal, I listened to the Daily Boost, I got myself inspired, I had my university. When I was driving to work today, I listened on my podcast, got all pumped up, don't know what the hell Scott doing this week. Is he going to keep going this way or is he going to go the other way? What's he going to do? But the truth is, no matter where you started this morning, that was this morning. If you're aware of the fact that every single time a second ticks by, things have changed, then you can be present in that moment. But can you really be present in the moment? Let's think about this for a second. Let's go deep. This is Scott Logic. A lot of y'all are not going to be able to keep up with this, but you can try if you want to. I'm not saying you're stupid, but some of you are. I'm in that group, by the way. I'm stupid depending on the day. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm really stupid. But don't this present thing, okay? Now think about this. Be present, be in the moment. Come on. A lot of you are not going to get this. Ready? So you're present. You're thinking of me right now. Are you really present? No. Because the very millisecond you get present in the moment's passed. It's gone. It's now in the past, and the past doesn't matter anymore. You say, well, let me get ahead of it in the future. You can't get ahead in the future. You can only live in the moment. Wait a second, Scott. You said I can't live in the moment. You really can. It's too fast. It's a blink of the eye. Your brain's not fast enough. Your ears aren't fast enough. Your eyes aren't fast enough. Your mouth is not fast enough. Nothing about you is fast enough to capture the absolute millisecond of the present. Oh, that's a bummer, man. You know how much time I spent on coaching to be present about what's going on? Don't worry about it. I got a fix for it. You be present with your whole day. You pull out a little bit. You pay attention, become aware of what's happening as the day goes by. But you're also aware that these little itty bitty things are going to happen all day long that are going to kind of chink away at your presence that maybe you started out with. And by the time you get to the end of the day, you're different persons, like the telephone game, you know? He said, she said game. It is the same thing. So we get a habit of being present about what's happening, every single thing that's going on, whether we like it or not like it, at least we're grounded. And now we can retrospectively look back on the day and say, well, this is what happened. This is how I felt. It's so powerful when you do that. And then tomorrow we get to get up and prospectively say, okay, fine. I know the world's coming for me. Let's try it. Let's go for it. Let's see what we can make today that's even better. Especially if you run into people who want to talk about politics. I love that. I do. I don't talk politics very much, but it is fun. I see it. To me, it's a sport. It's a competitive sport. It happens. It's just so I will engage anybody on any political spectrum at any time, anywhere. It does not matter. And they will lose. They will lose. They're not going to win because I will just keep playing verbal games, communication games all over the place until the point I'll just wear them out. And you know what I say is that, you'll change when you wear yourself out. When somebody says, I'm done talking with you, now we can start the conversation. So a couple things happened this week.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
A lot of people in my groups, including me, probably led by me, because I tend to I stir this stuff up. It's like me at the church. I stir stuff up sometimes. I know I shouldn't, but God made me this way. He said, get out there and go things. Just do your thing, man. I got you, man. But some people are playing it too safe. Are you playing it too safe? I mean, safe is good. I agree with safe. You should play with safe. You don't do stupid things. Be safe. Have your peaceful base. Don't do things that are going to get you in trouble. Don't do things that will kill you, things like that. Except ride motorcycles really, really fast. That's the thing you should do. That's playing it safe. That's okay. I got an Angel on my bike. It came with the bike. It's kind of crazy. I have a bell on the bottom line. You know about the bell on the bikes, right? If you don't know about a bell on the bottom of a motorcycle or a Harley, probably research that. You'll say, I have a bell. Yes, I do. I'm safe. I have an Angel riding with me. Playing it safe. Are you playing it safe in your job, in your marriage, in anything? Are you playing it safe? Are you coasting along because it feels better? Do you feel the urge? Maybe everything's perfect right now, but just a little bit bored. I work with a lot of people just a little bit bored. I promise you, I will not bore you ever. You spend a second with me and you're not bored. Well, some of you may be bored right now. It's okay. Oh, that's an arrogant statement. I'm sorry. I was talking with a client this week, and he had a landing page. You know what a landing page is, right? A landing page is online. It's like a website where you land, and typically it's where you start the journey with somebody. He's a coach. He's one of my clients. His clients are kind of high-achieving people, kind of like you, kind of like me. But sometimes they're drifting, they're a little bit empty. And what happened was he had this thing. It was corporate cold on the surface of this thing. And I stopped him. I said, man, what'd you write this corporate cold thing? Well, these people are just people. See, it doesn't matter where you go. You can go to work today. You can go to your work. I've never understood. You know what happens at my work? I never called my work my work. I never did. I never understood that concept. Maybe just because I've never had a job that was just a job. I've always had something I like to do. But when you go to work, you got people at your work. Did you know that they don't have any obligation to listen to a word you have to say until you've earned the right to do that? If you've earned the right, if you've been given the authority to at work to boss people around, or in a personal that's not nice, is it? Or in a personal relationship to influence people, to be part of who they are. Like, I don't have the right to give you any of my thoughts. I don't have the right to do anything until you understand where I'm coming from, until you buy into a little bit where my character is and where my heart is. If you can buy into that, even though I might be silly sometimes and serious other times, I don't have the right to give you any advice whatsoever. I'm not going to try to do it until I'm invited in. That's a lesson that I gave him this week in terms of his landing page. I said, why are you hitting people over the head? Why don't you just invite them in? Be nice to them. You can do that in everything you do. I had questions this week about what were you put on this planet to do that really freaks people out. Well, I don't know. A couple of days ago, I did that show. What were you put on this planet to do? Listen, as a guy that does a lot of this stuff with people just nonstop, I just love doing that. I love asking that question at just the right time and let people sit on it for a little bit and let them get really squirrely and uncomfortable and let them get comfortable. And right now, if I were to ask you that question, what were you put on this planet to do? You may have no idea. At the same time, there may be something stirring inside that is an idea, but you're just afraid to say it. That was a big part of my week this week. It's part of every single week, but this week it seemed to rise to the surface for some reason. I talked to Adam. Adam's one of my clients. He's over in Cape Town, South Africa. Nice guy. And I said, how's it going, man? He said, well, I'm kind of contemplative this morning. 2 days without electricity after a massive storm, no hot showers, a lot going on in his life as well. I'm a Florida guy, right? I've lived it. You know, once you realize, if you pay attention, civilization is thinner than we ever thought it would be. There's always one storm. There's always one diagnosis. There's always a phone call away from a totally different life. Everything changes in an instant. So if you had a hot shower this morning, be grateful for it. It's not guaranteed. And the hot shower, obviously a metaphor. If you had anything that's going your way, that's interesting for you, that just life is good, life is just normal. If you had that today, just be grateful. It's something we're reminded of often. By the way, most humans don't live in the state of fear. It's why insurance salesmen don't sell, "You're gonna die." They instead say, "Take care of your family if something happens to you and buy an insurance policy." Because most humans aren't going to think, "We're going to die," which is really odd because we're all going to die. We just don't know when, which is kind of weird. You're walking around any possible time you could just drop dead. It doesn't seem to bother us too much, does it? See, it's really weird to think about this stuff. Kim was talking this week about, but she's like Iron Man. The word that she coined this week was to activate. It matters because it implies a switch. It implies her ability to turn something on. Something that moves her in the direction she wants to go. Most people sit around waiting to be ready. And even if they are ready, they still sit around. Activation is the opposite of waiting. When you can activate whatever you want to do, life changes. What do you need to activate today? I activated a jingle at the beginning of this. Michael Buble came in and sang for me. We're 13 minutes in the show. I'll make it shorter today, maybe. I still don't know how I'm going to end the show. I started without thinking about how I ended it, which is kind of how I like to roll. See, I don't have any control over the end of the show, really. Something can break on the way, the electricity can go out. Doesn't really matter. It's more important to do it, to start, to activate. I did get kind of nervous this week, though. Had a new client that came in. Fancy guy. Good guy, too. Really liked him. He's going to listen to me today. And I was kind of nervous about sending an email to him. I thought, man, I'm glad I am. I've done this since, 2005? Done it a long time. A little before that, actually. I started right about 2000. Brand new client, brand new life to help. I was kind of nervous to do it. I love the fact. I love the fact that I've been doing this. I'm still a little bit nervous to see if I can help a client. Don't want to fail. Have you realized that life is affected by who's standing next to you? We are community made for sure, but it's kind of abstract when you think about it. It's really the person right next to you, whether you stand there next to them on purpose or not. Your best friend who doesn't judge you. Did you realize that if your best friend doesn't judge you, they're a danger to you? If your best friend judges you and holds you to your values, that's a really good friend. Are you standing next to somebody who doesn't judge you, who just lets you do what you want to do and says, "I got you, man, don't worry about it"? That's not the way you live your life. You surround yourself by people next to you who understand your values. They're like you. You help people thrive. You help each other thrive. 2 more real fast. Stop being small. Don't get small. Whatever you do, expand it just a little bit. You're better than that. Give it all you got, even if all you got's just a little bit. That's it. And I'm not going to say the last one. I've said that word. It's the D word. I've said it. It's okay. Just push the button. Evidently, we're stopping on this song. Look in the mirror, guys. Have all the fun you could possibly have. Enjoy yourself. Dig in. Have some good times. But at the end of the day, look in the mirror and go, it's working or it's not. Don't get mad. Just say, what can I do about this? How can I change this? It's not an illusion if you feel this way. It's actually going on. We just need to get in the middle of it and figure out how to activate it and move on from it, right? Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday.